Hey guys, good evening. Today is what's the date today? 21st of June 2025. Just going to talk about the weekly candle this week. I'm sorry, we're going to talk about last week price action and going forward what do I think is going to happen. So last week you know that it was just all about the pullback. The week before we had a weekly breakout. So start of the week we had a weekly break. So last week really the week just gone. It's all about pullback. Right, so you got weekly close here. This is a weekly breakout. This kind of breakout here, and then we had more or less pullback all week. So you had weekly break to the downside, sorry, daily break to the downside, which is a pullback to the weekly, and price didn't do much this week. All it did was just come to the first roadblock. We were stuck on H4 roadblock for a while here on this one for a while. We had all week. He was saying all week. It was stuck here all week. But before it did that, we finally did what I anticipated for a while after this monthly breakout. Target was this year monthly, and we touched that last week or the week. Was it last week or the week before? Sorry, and that was something. The bigger picture. So last week, so you had a weekly breakout. This is a new week, yeah, and then by then it was only H4 when Monday opened. H4 break to the downside here. Then we had another break to the downside. Then we know there was a pullback to the daily. We mark a daily roadblock. Price come down here, mess around a bit. Then eventually the daily break to the downside on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday close. So we mark a daily roadblock. Come down daily roadblock and it's stuck here around here. I did have a few good setup and I had my target 338, something like that. Didn't quite get there. So my target was this one here. I think that was on, I believe on Friday, my target there. Didn't quite get there. But not that, not 338 with this one there. Did not quite get there, got some partial, then come back and stop me just break even, or just in small profit below break even. What do I expect for next week? Do expect price to become bullish a bit for me. I mean, ideally you got weekly buy, daily bear, and H4 just to become buy. Here you got at a low block, so that's how I was set up. But it could be the start of trend, because as you know, we had an uptrend start for ages here. So you had up, down, up, down, up. So now it's gone below 50. So would you want to continue up, especially with what's going on around the world with the war escalating? So that could be something we could look at. We want to find out with the CMP what price is doing. So right now with the price that is doing, it's basically we got H4 break to the upside. Yeah. H1 break up, H1 then a pullback. Yeah. H1 roadblock look like this one. This engulfing this holding price at the moment. Yeah, sorry, not engulfing, EF. But do expect price to come down a bit lower and give us some sort of a pullback before price continue around down here. Price come down here is where I'm looking to enter buy from. But if price does something confirmation I can buy too. Let's see what I mean. Price will just gap open with, up because of the war, but technically I expect to come down a bit more. I mean we've got M15 pullback. So M, but it's still bear. M15 is the only, no, not quite. So M5. So M5 is the only time frame that's given us a pullback. So M5 is a pullback, M15 is a breakthrough downside. We had origin. So yeah, price can still come down a bit more before come up. We got M30 VR, then reject VR, reject VR here. So price gives a VR, come up to the VR, reject it, break to the downside. That's the reject VR, and H1 is, well, that makes H1 bear also. So if we had another candle break this here with that level, then we got reject VR on H1, which is a pullback to H4. But H4 is bullish. Then price, that's when price will come down a bit more and give us some setup to go up. So right now we got weekly buy, daily bear in the middle, the H4 buy. That's one cycle, which is still high risk. I like it to be daily bullish, but that can only happen if we have a daily level form here, then bit to upside. But I do expect bullish next week. But let's see what happens. Yeah, that's the plan going forward. But still, like, this is a weekly kind of range. So yeah, price has come below 50, but maybe you can still go more. The daily press level down here makes sense because you got liquidity here, double bottom as well. So price could come to this doji before go up. So let's see what price does. At the moment, you know how it is. We just play with CMP and what H1, H4 give us. We trade from there as an intertrader. But you know where we are on high time frame, daily and weekly. Just give us a view of a bigger picture, a better view of the market. Hope that explained it. We'll see you Monday.